Hey, you beautiful brave hearts. Dr. Wolf here, and I'm at the Cala Del Mar. It's a 4-diamond resort. This is where we're going to be teaching our whole life coach certification, and it's a 9-day course, and then we'll be having a day off, and then we'll be teaching what's called Wolf non-surgical bodywork. It's an elbow technique, and you know that we give a money-back guarantee that you're not going to surgery. And why don't you test it out if you don't believe me? Most people don't. Oh, that's just, whatever. But the reality is we do. We give a money-back guarantee you're not going to go to surgery. It's not because we're amazing. It's because you are created to create, and you don't know how to create scar tissue back into beautiful connective tissue, young, healthy, vibrant, toned tissue. And that's the reality of it, okay? And I will tell you, we do have the most powerful body work in the world. All of my practitioners, and I've taught thousands, they all give a money-back guarantee that I back, that in the first treatment, we will do more than all the other treatments combined out there. And I'm not putting down any other type of therapy, but remember something, everybody. Old age is just a scar tissue issue, okay? And displaced calcium because you were so acidic, because you were so inflamed, because you were so infected by the way that you ate, that you drank, and the way that you thought. Now here, I'm going to show you something, and then we're going to talk about get wired, not a tumor. How's that? Get wired, not a tumor. And here it is. Take a look at this. I'm going to just swing around here. Take a look. I'm just going to go slowly in a circle. There's Rafa. Hey, Rafa, say hello. Look at the mess Rafa's made. Okay? This is where we're going to be doing the training here. Okay? And we're not done yet, but it's going to look beautiful. And just know this, everybody. I will be coming on 2 to 3 times a day. And just know this, for those of you that, like I said last night, for those of you that are really sensitive, you may not want to come on this platform this week because all you're going to get is the truth, and you're going to get it from my heart, and I'm going to put myself on the line. And those of you that, please don't be like that, And I got to tell you something. There is a virus, okay, and it is destroying the planet, and it's called victimitis. And it is alive, and people are feeding it, okay? And as far as viruses go, like the other one called COVID, it can't jump 1 inch less 6 feet. And the reason why they pick 6 feet is because they know we're so dumb, and it relates to being buried by their BS. And that's what it is. You just got buried by their BS. And, the world's always going to be like this because the world's always been like this. And just know I want to be wrong, though. I absolutely do. Does anybody notice that I've got a little bit of dark circles around here? Well, the last 3 days we've been trying to set up here, and I've been trying to move because I live in Zihuatanejo, Mexico, and I also live in the States. But this is like my real home because the people down here are just like, it's not hard to get a smile. They're so friendly. They're so humble. It's just a beautiful thing. But that's not what I'm on here for right now. Let me just say this, okay? All right? And today's one a day. I'm going to be also talking about hydration and food after that. I just want to come on and talk to you about a couple of things. So today's is get wired and not a tumor, okay? And the reality is this. How many of you go into an airport, or you go to the supermarket, or you've got a friend that always has an earbud in his ear, okay? So he doesn't miss a phone call, all right? He's got an earbud, so he's not wired, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. He's wired for cancer. How many people know that earbuds and also the receivers, when it's wireless for your phone, which is also an earbud, okay? How many people know that, don't believe me, is 1,000 times more toxic with EMF than using a wired earbud? Listen, you play this for your kids, and you let them know that there's no way in the world, because they're going to go from wireless earbuds, and then they're going to become these business people, you know the age. I'm telling you right now, around the age of 30, you start getting real serious, right? And this is my time. I got to make the money, so I don't want to miss a phone call. Okay, so you ever see the guys? Sometimes they don't have one, but they got two, and they just live with them. I had this guy that I did a show for, and he was already sick. And the reality is you can believe this or not, I would tell him, get those earbuds out of your ears when you come on my show. Because there's some people here that are actually awake and they're going to be going, whoa, who's this guy who's actually got earbuds in his ear that will create 1,000 times more EMF, okay, than just, and it's 1,000 times over what you can handle. I'm telling you that right now. So if you want a tumor, if you want tinnitus, if you want to lose your hearing, if you want to lose your taste buds, if you want to damage your brain, then go for it. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The majority of the population do not even know what unconditional love is for themselves or loving and caring for themselves. Do you love yourself? If you've said that to anybody out in the street, they go, you know, I sure do. I sure do. And I'll tell you something, when we do this class here, everybody's going to say they love themselves. And I'm going to prove by the end of the first day that they don't love themselves. I'm talking about loving themselves to the point that they're going to protect, respect, and honor themselves. No, and it's not their fault. It's all just programming. You know what? Let me tell you something. And when you go to buy your phone, okay, when you go to buy your phone, see, I've got my Teslas here. I won't wear them all the time, but if I'm on a lot, I'll wear my Teslas because guess what? Blue light burns out the brain, creates Alzheimer's, creates lesions in the brain. How many people know that? Calcification, okay? How many people know that, okay? But anyways, so just know this, okay? You and me love comfort. We love it easy. We love all these new gadgets. And guess what? Comfort is killing us. And guess what? Parents are asleep. I mean, how many kids didn't just get earbuds for Christmas, but they actually got even something that would hook up to their phone so that they never have to go and do the phone? I will never go on a phone and put it to my face. How many people know that when you put a phone to your face and you have it to your face for 3 minutes, okay, that you've got 8 hours of radiation impression in the bone and in the tissue? How many people know that? What's the glasses again? They're called Tesla glasses. And they have a fluorine lens, which is called C60. And all the blue light that comes off of here or any LED or phones or computers, it gets changed into actually light that heals your brain and heals your eyes. Your headaches go away, your burning eyes go away. You can think clear, you know. We're off track a little bit, but you do know that after 15 minutes of being on a computer, you're doing brain damage. Isn't that cool? Anyways, so the reality is that you don't maybe know this, but your eyes don't see. Your eyes only pick up frequency and light. That goes to your brain. And does anybody know why 10,000 teenagers are being diagnosed with cataracts every day? I said teenagers. Blue light poisoning from their phones. Blue light poisoning from their computer, blue light poisoning from the TV, okay? Blue light poisoning from the iPad, from gaming. I didn't make this up. Go into my library and read 5G blue light toxicity. It's all just right there. So don't kid yourself, okay? And understand this, whether you like it or not. But if this was like, you know, the people that we put them in authority. You know that everybody that has authority over us is killing us. You do know that, right? You do know that there's a government inside of a government that feeds an evil entity, that feeds off everybody's suffering and doesn't give a shit. You're worth nothing. You're an ant, and that means allowing negative thoughts. They don't give a crap about you. You think the Rothschilds care about you, the Rockefellers care about you, J.P. Morgan, the Queen of England? Don't you just love it when people go, oh my God, the Queen's coming, especially people in Canada. Oh my God, just want to, and in Australia, they all just adore her. Little do they know that family just enslaves them, You know, human beings, I don't want to say they deserve what they're going to get, but you wait until you see what they're going to get come this spring, okay? You have no idea. We had the hors d'oeuvre, now the whole meal's coming. But the reality is, just remember something. When you wear earbuds, it is 1,000 times the Queen died. Oh yeah, and her family's still alive, thank you very much. And the reality is this. she's not a queen. You can worship anybody you want. She's not my queen, okay? There's no authority over me. That's never going to happen. You know, I don't mind speaking about the Rothschilds, the Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, all these people. They don't care about you. And if you don't believe me, wait till you see how they grab everybody's money, okay, in just a few months. I mean, they're going to go for your money. If you're not taking your money and buying things like silver and gold, or your house isn't paid off, or you haven't got rid of your debts, watch how they come for us, just like they did in the 30s. You think I'm kidding? They shut down all the banks, okay? Nobody remembers that. They shut down all the banks for a year, okay? And they took everybody's money. Don't believe me? Go do your research. Yeah, then we'll see if I really know what I'm talking about, okay? So let's get back to this. So the next thing I'm going to say is here. Another important thing I want to show you is this. You may not notice it, but you see a little bit of dark circle around my eyes here with that lighting? Well, that's never there. Do you know why I have this? I haven't been drinking my juice like I should, and I haven't been drinking my water like I should. And see, dark circles under the eye means that my blood is getting dirtier because I didn't drink enough juice, I didn't drink enough water, because we are walking bags of water. And the reality is, you know what? Anytime that you're thirsty, it's already too late. Anytime you're thirsty, it's already too late. Okay, you already burnt your brain. You know when you have the headache or you got dull thinking and you feel, well, it's water. It's water. Water is a food. And that's why I tell everyone, take a look at my structured water units, which are on sale right now for 25% off. We'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked, just send it back and I'll take it. But the reality is this, you can put my structure unit under any tap, and people don't want to believe this. And because guess what? Because then they can't milk you for money. I take my structured water unit, put it under any tap around the world, straight. There's no filter, and I'll drink the water. If the water doesn't come out gray or yellow, but the reality is I keep telling everyone when the rain comes down, why isn't it killing the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the microorganisms? It's not. Everything jumps for joy. Even though there's chemtrails, there's Billy's chemtrails in there, you know. There's heavy metals in there, you know. So why isn't it killing all of these microorganisms and the birds, bees, flowers, trees? Well, because it was structured. If you take any water in the world, like let's take a look at fast-moving rivers, waterfalls, okay, and rainwater. They're structured. Why do you think in some cities they actually make it illegal for you to collect rainwater? I mean, don't believe me? Go look it up. Go type in what cities is it illegal to collect rainwater? Because when you collect rainwater, even if there's heavy metals and toxins, it could be bad bacteria in it, it's not going to harm you if it just fell down, rainwater like that. Or if you run it through a structure unit, you might still have the heavy metals in it. You might still have some bad bacteria in it. You might have some chemicals in it, but you change the frequency and it will not harm your cells. I know people don't want to believe this, but it's called fourth phase water. And you know what? It's too ridiculous, isn't it? But if I would have told you 50 years ago, not that you were here 50 years ago, that we would get on a phone and within seconds we could talk to somebody in China, you'd say, you're a nutbag. Well, most people think I'm a nutbag anyway. But the reality is that, yeah, structured water. And structured water hydrates 1,000% more than any other water. Ozonated water, Kangen water. It's great. Kangen water is great, but it's just overpriced machine. It's ridiculously priced, actually. But if you can afford a Kangen water unit and it's got a filter in it and you structure the water, you're getting the best, right? Because it will electron charge your water. It will ionize the water, which is really good for you. Okay, and I remember when I was bringing in units like the Kangen water when I was 32 years old. Do you know what they cost me? We would bring them in. We'd bring them in for $250 and sell them for $550 to $700. Now it's like $3,000 or $4,000 to buy a Kangen unit. So do some shopping around if you'd like to get electron charged ionized water. But first, a structure unit is more important than a Kangen water system. And if there's a Kangen water person out there that's an MLMer and he's making a fortune, he can come on my show and we can talk about it. But the reality is that would be second, even though that's $4,000, whereas my structure unit is only $300, and now it's 25% off. And I'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee on it, right? So you want to what? Hydrate the body. You never ever want to feel thirsty. If you have burning eyes, if you have a burning mouth, tongue or burning mouth, if you start to feel stiff, okay, if your thinking is not clear, and understand something, People that are overweight, they don't drink water. They walk around with it. And then get the people, don't you just love this? Don't you just love the part that it was the Rockefellers that brought out plastic, and everything's in plastic now. There's no glass left anymore. Did you notice that? Because glass is so healing, but now everything's in plastic, which is made out of petroleum. And then guess what? If you don't recycle, they'll even put a note on your garbage can. And most of the stuff that they come after you about, they don't even recycle. It's all just BS. It's all BS. So we get attacked for not recycling, and we're destroying our planet. We're killing our planet. No, the Rothschilds are, the Rockefellers are, J.P. Morgan is, Bill Gates is. I mean, all of these people are doing it, and then guess what? They go around making people feel bad, and then we kick the living crap out of our kids if they, did you put that in the recycling bin? Did you? You better. We've got to do our share. Well, understand something. The planet's not dying. It might burp and fart a little, but it's human beings that are dying. And if they really cared about us, if you care about a human being, you wouldn't have any pollution on the planet. Corporations rule the planet. Corporations rule health. Corporations rule the financial system. So, let's cut the crap, okay? And the reality is guess what? The way I eat and the way I live, I don't pollute anything. Some people believe that I'm probably polluting their minds right now, and I'm full of BS, and I'm polluting, and I stink up everything. But the reality is I'm just telling the truth. And the other thing is this. How about this? Hey, kids, it's time to eat. Stop getting your kids to eat. Hey, kids, it's time to nourish our bodies. What if a mother and a father said it's time to nourish all the time? You know what? They would start to think, well, that's not nourishment. But, we treat ourselves like a garbage can, don't we? So we put it in our mouth, long as it fits. We have a 4-inch consciousness, not a 30-foot consciousness, because the front door is called your mouth, the back door is called your rectum. And rectum, it's going to kill them, because guess what? You know what? You can't find me a person, and I've got great bowel movement. No, you can't. There's only maybe 1 out of 100, okay? 1 out of 100 people that have good bowel movements. Everybody compares to everybody else, and you can only compare to yourself. Who do you poop with? Okay? And I honestly do. I only eat 1 meal a day. I haven't eaten today. I did 2 quarts of beaten carrot juice. I did 2 quarts of Ormus Minerals Black Diamond. And that's what I've done in the way of liquid. I have done nothing else. How's my energy level going? And last night I worked till 1 o'clock. This morning I met Rafa, and we had to go to the storage to get everything, because everything was in storage. And I was there at 7 a.m. this morning, okay? So the reality is here, hydration, hydration, hydration. I mean, if you think you drink water, then I want you to fill up 4 quarts of water, 4 liters of water, and I want to see you drink 2 by 11 o'clock and another 2 by 4 o'clock, no later than 4 or 5 o'clock. Oh my God, Dr. Wolf, I think I'll drown. Well, you would think you're going to drown because you really don't drink enough water. And if you don't realize something, that structured water, like I just said, the structured water units we sell on our website, they actually remove what? EMF, negative EMF from the body. Yes, they do. It's a scientific fact. It also, well, if you knew what structured water was, and that's why it's better than ozonated, that's why it's better than ionized, even though it's a smaller molecule. But structured water means you put a frequency in the water. The water feels lighter. Did you ever go to somebody's pool and they have a waterfall, or they have something that's like a sprinkler shooting up water? Well, that water's structured. Even though they might put chlorine in it, that water's actually structured. Okay, like when I buy my house down here, I'll put a structure unit on my pool. I'll put an ozonator on my pool, and I'm going to put a copper zinc ionizer on my pool as well. And I won't need to have to use any chemicals. There's always a way around this. But what I'm trying to tell you is once you run your water through a structure unit, it's around the corner, I'd grab it, but I'm going to be talking about this for the next 9 days, not 9 days, starting Monday for 9 days. I'm coming on 3 times a day. And when I'm training here, we share parts of our training with you, and I try to pick the pieces that I think they're going to have a big impact in your life, as big as possible. How's that? So anyways, when you run water through a structure unit, you change the frequency to it, just like rainwater. And what happens is when you drink it, you're going to go, oh my God, I can only drink like one glass of bottled water or filtered water. I can drink, for one glass of that, I can drink a whole quart of structured. That's right, it lowers the surface tension more than any other water. It also takes away all the memory of those people that drank it, because water holds information. So you're starting off with a new slate. And I already told you that the poison stuff in the water, when you structure, you're protected. So I'm not telling you not to filter, because there's so many reasons why you'd still structure, right? So anyways, can you leave the light on though, Rafa? Can you leave the light on? Yeah. Anyways, so now what happens when you drink the water, are you ready? This is science, so go check it out. Don't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, please, like somebody's doing right now. Go do some homework, do third-party research, and do some real science, okay? Now, when you drink the water, there's a frequency in it, and when it goes in, okay, when it goes into your body, guess what happens? It's called the aquaporin channel in every cell, and that aquaporin channel gives off a frequency. That frequency hits the water molecule. How many people know that a water droplet has 2,500 to 3,000 layers to make up one droplet? When that comes in and it's been structured, when it actually, when they meet, the frequency meets, the water and the aquaporin channel gives off a frequency. That structured water strings itself out like a choo-choo train and goes directly into your cells. Now, what do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's going to do for the health of your cells? Well, it's going to bring in the nutrition a lot faster. It's going to bring in the oxygen a lot faster, and it's going to bring the toxins out a lot more efficient. So people are going to lose weight better. They're going to be able to detoxify faster. They're going to get rid of inflammation. And talking about that, I am doing and kicking off. You really want to watch this, guys. It's going to be 2.5 hours though, but it's so much information. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the 10th of January, I'm doing what we call the Advanced Water Fast Kickoff. That means I'm going to be going through and telling you what to do for 2 weeks before we do the Advanced Water Fast, showing you how to do a whole plant-based keto diet to reduce your emotional. I'm going to show you techniques how to reduce your emotional, mental, and physical toxicity. So when we go into the 6 days of the Advanced Water Fast, whether you do 1 day or 6 days or 16, I'm going to go through all the rules of it. But understand, we use 7 different nutraceuticals, and we can take people through an Advanced Water Fast that can go in and help to reverse any autoimmune disease. All the science is there. And guess what? No healing crisis. Only healing breakthroughs. You heard what I just said. Most people will go and do a water fast and it will knock the living crap out of them. First of all, if you don't want to spend any money or you don't have any money, make sure you structure the water, because it's going to hydrate a lot better. But go and take a look at my advanced water fasting guide in my library if you want. But I'm coming on live and I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to go through this, but it's going to be 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm going to give you more information about health and healing. And how many people know that advanced water fasting will turn around an autoimmune disease faster and more efficiently than anything else you could ever do? Because you are going to what? You're going to increase autophagy, which goes in and eats up anything that shouldn't be there, from a pimple to a tumor to a hemorrhoid, okay? And you're going to be unleashing as much as if you had to pay $100,000 for the stem cell therapy injection. That's how much it releases in 6 days. This is all science. Do your own homework. It's not me that is the only guy saying this, but I'm going to show you a technique of doing things from clapping, in case you have any kind of blocks, physical blocks or emotional blocks. I'm going to show you how to do therapeutic vomiting, because you swallowed so much of their bullshit all your life. And all of that will come to the surface and you'll go, I feel like I need to throw up. Well, then I'm going to show you how to actually throw up without burning your throat choking your lungs, and how you can have the greatest healing by doing therapeutic vomiting. I'm going to show you how to do the ultimate coffee enema. I'm going to show you how to reduce a headache just as quick as this. All right? So I'm going to show you the whole thing, and then guess what? You will go to any level or do where you feel comfortable. And you know what? You don't have to bite off the whole enchilada. You just need to stick your toe in and go, wow, this really does work. And they don't want you to know it works. Now, why do I do an advanced water fast where I use nutraceuticals that don't turn on the Krebs cycle and they don't turn on your digestive tract? Because guess what? I get 1,000% more out of an advanced water fast than a person who just does a water fast. And if you just did a water fast, God, I hope it's structured water. And then I hope that you really are going to drag that enema bag out of the cupboard or out of the closet. But I'm going to go through everything with you. Now, this is a 2.5-hour training, and I don't care what practitioner you are, how long you've been in business, 30, 40 years, we're going to knock your socks off, okay? And it's going to be the best information that I can give you. And for those of you who want to really bite off this and really say, I want my life together, go to PDG, that stands for Perfect Day Guide, pdgfree.com, a 540-page manual. Wait till you see the graphics, okay? You're just going to get, you know where they say an image worth 1,000 words? And wait till you see, I have written this that an 8-year-old can understand it. And understand, there's more information in this than I'd say 90% of all health practitioners even know. They don't even have this. I started writing this when I was in my early 30s, and you are getting a masterpiece. And I'm allowed to say that because you know what? I'm proud of it, and it's yours for free. And we're also selling the manual, and that manual, okay, will sell for $75. If you were to go get it run off, it's 550 pages. It's laminated, beautiful graphics, the best that I could get for binding and everything. We make $6. That's how much markup we have on it. $75 delivered to your door. You can pre-order. It will be in everybody's home who orders it around Valentine's Day, around February the 14th, okay? And I will tell you, you don't have to spend any money with me. Just go get it and download the PDF, pdgfree.com. And then if you think, wow, this guy might know something, then you can go in. I've got about 14 master classes, and we don't charge 1 penny for them. And go in there and dive in and tell me that you can't rock your world. I guarantee you that you will be more logical and more intelligent than anybody else you know in the health business, okay? All right? So that's what we need to do. Okay, let me just say this. How much do you love yourself? How much time do you spend with yourself? I mean with yourself. And how much do you like yourself? And how fast can you let yourself off the hook when you screw up? Okay? Trust me. You know, we don't need any more guilt, do we? Do we need more guilt, guys? Do we need any more guilt? You know, first of all, yeah, pdgfree.com. That's correct. Understand something right now. From the beginning of time and forever and a day on this planet, they will guilt us. They will shame us. They will scare us. I'm not scared. They can't shame me. They can't guilt me. And understand something. The same people that are ruling this world, okay, they don't give a crap about you. And guess what? I'm telling you something right now. There's no sense in getting angry. Did you ever notice something? When you ignore someone, they eventually go away. Just ignore these people, but they're never going to go away. But understand something. Just like the worms and the bad bacteria and the fungus that is in 99% of the population, you let their BS get to you and you will be full of physical worms, okay? I want you to really see, let's see if this weekend nothing comes out of our mouth except total positive, unconditional love and care for ourselves and everyone else. Let's see if you can make it through a weekend. Let me see if you can not complain about one thing, how you hate broccoli, or you hate Fauci, or this happened, so now your life is ruined. You know what? They just love how you take on these stories and you cripple yourself. And like I said at the beginning of this, there's only one virus on this planet, and it's called victimitis, and it's you. Okay? It's you. And guess what? Take that you and make it into universe. Okay? Become the master of your mind, to become the master of your body. And if you think you can handle me, okay, which sometimes I am a little bit hard to handle, I get it, okay? Because remember, I do know that the minority of the minority are the people that come to me. The majority will never, ever come to this, okay? Everybody will have their time, you know? Maybe they just need to repeat this life another million times. I don't know. But I'm going to feed my spirit. I'm going to lift my vibration up higher and higher every day. I'm going to spread my wings when there's chaos and fly above it, because I don't need to be down in it. I'm not going to go to war with myself or you or anybody else in the world, and I don't have to. I'm going to mind my own business and just have a real good day every day. And I'm going to play with myself. I'm going to turn that kitty litter into a sandbox. What about you? Do you think maybe you could do that today too? All right? You think about it. Okay? And I want you to really start being like your conscious mind sitting here on the sidelines, viewing you and really taking a look at, okay? Taking a look at all these thoughts you have and how robotic you are. You know, most people never have a new thought. And if you're not going to have a new thought, and you're not going to have a thought that's higher vibrational than the last one, then there's no spirit growth here. You know, and guess what? That's why people are, I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you that we are 50% of the population will be cyborgs in 25 years. Okay, you can complain about it, but let me tell you, putting an earbud in your ear, that is 1,000% more EMF than we can possibly take in the brain. Did you get that? 1,000% more than what we're supposed to take that our brain can take. And everybody that puts them in their ear, they know about this. But guess what? They ignore it because it's cool. It's so cool. Listen, get wired. Don't get cancer. And understand what cancer is. Cancer is just inflammation. And inflammation that was caused by frequencies. We are electromagnetic light energy beings, and frequencies matter. Who you hang around with, what you eat, everything has a vibration, has a frequency. Everything you drink, the way you speak, and the way you think. Are you ready to take this serious? I bet you're not, because guess what? If you did, you're going to piss off your family and your friends. Who do you think you are? You're too good to eat our food? You're too good all of a sudden not to have a drink with me? You think you're too good? Oh, you think that politics don't matter? We all got to do politics. Politics, that just means many ticks. That's all. And a tick is a blood-sucking thing. I wouldn't get into politics. You know what? I voted once for NDP when I was living in Canada, and I did it for my mother, okay? One time. I'll tell you what. I give my vote every day. It's called unconditional love for everyone, no matter what they think of me, what they drink, what they eat. It doesn't matter what a person does, because it's none of my business. So I'm not going to take things personal when somebody doesn't, their beliefs don't match mine, because how many people's beliefs really match my beliefs? Seriously? I'm a whack job. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm going to finish this job, and then I'm going to go for an hour swim. It's called La Ropa Beach. And then I'm going to stay there and watch the sunset. And the tables are right in the sand. And guess what? It's really cool. So let's say this is where the boats come in, right? So we got mountains here, and I'm sitting back here in the sand with this, with Lori. The sun sets at this time of year, right in the middle, and then the whole thing just goes red-orange, okay? Yeah. Hey, how good is that? It's so good. Find your passion, find your purpose, okay? And then put your heart into it. And guess what? The world will so love you because you just gift them. Have a beautiful day. God bless.